Hi everybody and welcome to CNA Yoga. I am Gabriela. Welcome back if you're joining me for another meditation, or welcome for the first time if you maybe have just stumbled across my YouTube channel. So like I said, I am Gabriela and this is my little YouTube channel, and CNA means actually it's a Liberian name that means sweet journey. And so I remember when I first read the word CNA and understood the meaning of it, I was like, oh my gosh, to me that's exactly what yoga and meditation is. It's like enjoying the ride, learning how to be present, be mindful, be open to the new experiences, whether they feel good or maybe not so good. So thank you for being with me, and I hope you enjoy the sweet ride. And I've had some requests to do a meditation that can kind of help move you forward. And so at first I was like, oh, I wonder what that could be. And then as I was looking through some of my kundalini meditations, I found one about burning past karma. And at first I was like, that doesn't make sense, right? We want to move forward, not go backwards. But then I realized that it could be a beautiful meditation, because what we're doing is we're letting go of the past. We're cutting cords. We're cleansing or clearing sort of that energy from the past so that we can move forward. It's a lot harder to move forward when we're carrying the burdens and the weight and the pain and the anger and the frustration and whatever it is that we're holding on to, right? So with this meditation, I hope that you will get a little bit of relief and maybe be able to let go of some of the things that have been weighing you down. So this meditation has several parts, so we're kind of going to walk through each one. But before we do that, I thought it would be fun to pull an oracle card. Today I am using the Inner Star Oracle deck by the Darling Tree. And it's a beautiful deck, very geometric and pretty soft colors. If you're not familiar with oracle cards, basically they're just a neat intuitive tool. They can help you if you were feeling stuck on a question or just kind of not quite sure what the energy is. Most of them are very beautifully illustrated, and it can just be a neat little tool to have in your arsenal. So let's go ahead and shuffle a few times. Let's pick this one that's poking its head out. So it says cultivate compassion. So take a look at that. Breathe in the colors, look at the design. And really when I see this as it relates to what we're talking about in this meditation, cultivate compassion, so often we want to move forward. So often we want to jump forward or go full speed ahead. And we think that it's never enough, that we have to do more, that we have to succeed more, achieve more, accomplish more, earn more, be more all of the time, right? And, this could be inherent in this concept of wanting to move forward or move ahead or move beyond things. And if we don't have compassion for ourselves or maybe for the people around us, then you're not really enjoying the sweet journey, right? It's all a journey. Life is not about a destination. It's all about the process, the experiences. And we really need to learn how to cultivate compassion. And first, we need to start with cultivating compassion for ourselves. Once we do that, we start to realize that maybe we are tired. Maybe we have been holding on to these things that feel like boulders, just carrying them on our shoulders the whole time. And just instead of like saying, wow, that rock is really heavy, I'm going to be gentle with myself, we actually beat ourselves up for not moving fast enough, even though we're carrying tons on our shoulders, backs, heads, hearts, souls, bodies, whatever you want to use. So I think it's a beautiful card and very perfect for cultivating compassion. So I'm going to keep that right there. So next, we're going to start talking about this awesome kundalini meditation called To Burn Past Karma. So like I mentioned, this has several pieces to it. So the first part that we're going to talk about is the drishti, or eye position. So the eye position is the tip of the nose, and really the easiest way to get into this somewhat advanced, challenging drishti, or eye posture, is to take your pointer finger a couple of feet away from your face and then gently follow your eyes as you bring the tip of your finger to the tip of your nose You're going to notice that your eyes gently cross down and in as it starts to focus on the tip of your nose. You might see kind of like a shadow, or it looks like you have two noses, and you're doing it correctly. And why I say it's a kind of an advanced one is because you're really using the optical nerve in a position that we don't normally use, but it can be very beautiful for stimulating some parts of your brain in order to have a more augmented effect. If you try it out and it feels not so great, then I invite you to just gently close the eyelids, maybe leave a little sliver of light, and maybe every now and again come back to it and see how it feels. So again, drishti is tip of the nose or eyes slightly closed. Next, we have a breath of fire. So breath of fire is a very cleansing, empowering, reinvigorating breath, and it can also be relaxing, which is interesting to have both sides, right? So breath of fire is essentially one long breath, even though it seems like you're doing a lot of small breaths all at once. So please note, you're not hyperventilating, you're not doing this. That, I'm pretty sure if you do that for a long time, you're gonna pass out. So breath of fire, the best way to get into it is, it's gonna feel weird, but just go with it. You open your mouth and you stick out your tongue, and you start panting like a little chihuahua on a hot summer day, right? Just visualize that. He's so thirsty, he's so hot. And what you're doing is you're focusing on the exhale, and the inhale just kind of comes naturally. So you're forcing the air out and using sort of this navel diaphragmatic area in order to help push the air out. And then as you do that, it naturally gives you that little inhale that you need. So we're not gonna have our tongue out the entire time, but that's just a really good way to prepare for it. You can also put your hand on your belly or navel area to sort of feel the pulsing of it. So as you begin, you open your mouth, stick out your tongue, and then you close your mouth and continue that breath through the nose. So it's a powerful breath, but it's not a harsh one. It's not like, like that, right? You really almost shouldn't be able to see this area moving. It's like a slight pumping, you'll feel it, but you shouldn't really see it too much. Otherwise, you might be doing it a little bit too harsh. So again, open your mouth, stick out your tongue. Okay, so now we've got the tip of the nose for the eyes, we've got the breath of fire for our breath, and this is a part 1 and a part 2 meditation. So for part 1, we're going to sit in a nice cross-legged position or in a chair if that feels better to you. If you need something underneath your tush in order to make sure that your hips sit higher than your knees, please do that. Maybe you can use a block, a pillow from your couch or your home. Maybe you have a meditation cushion. Whatever works for you. You can also roll up a blanket and then adjust the height as needed. So make sure that you're sitting in a nice, comfortable cross-legged position or using one of the variations that I mentioned. Spine is nice and elongated, so you're not hunched over or, overarching the other way. So what the part 1 is going to look like is we're going to take our hands, pointer fingers, and our thumb is going to be locking down the other fingers, okay? We're going to arch kind of like we're creating an arc, or almost like a rainbow, or a basket, I don't know, something, over our heads, and our fingers are going to be about 1/2 inch apart. So this is the posture, and we're going to hold this for a little bit. And so part 1 is going to be with our mudra, our hand position is this way, and then the breath of fire, right? So that is part 1 of this meditation. Part 2 requires some chanting. So now I know chanting can feel a little scary or intimidating. But when you think about it, chanting is kind of like singing. It's tapping into a certain energetic vibration through sound. It's essentially just sound. So you can choose a mantra or like a affirmation that works best for you, something that feels good to you. In Kundalini, we tend to use mostly Sanskrit words. And what we're doing is we're using the words Wahe Guru, Wahe Geo. So Wahe Guru means the indescribable feeling of knowing God, that unexplainable, indescribable, just like wow, like ecstatic, like you can't even formulate the words at how magnificent something is. And Wahe is, again, the same part, Wahe. And then Geo or G generally means like, it's like a pet name, almost like a, hi G, how's it going? It's almost like hi soul sister, soul brother, or something like that. So basically all you're doing is like this, it's like you're greeting somebody like, wow, what a beautiful miracle it is to be alive. What a beautiful miracle life is. And I see that in you, I see that in me, and you know, we're all interconnected. So there's nothing to really be afraid of. If it really just does not feel good, maybe you can just listen while I chant it, or you can select a different mantra for yourself. Now, in Kundalini Yoga, we tend to be very definitive, like in terms of prescriptive. You want to do it very specifically. So it's probably not ideal to change up the mantra. However, I truly believe that making meditation work for you, you know, if it doesn't work for you, you're not going to do it, right? So give it a shot, see how it feels. If you don't like it, then just don't chant. Let the vibrations of what I'm chanting resonate or vibrate for you. And maybe this won't be the meditation for you, right? But we're going to explore some mantra, we're going to explore some chanting and just see how it goes. So we're going to be, again, with our hands in this position, and we will be chanting Wahe Guru, Wahe Geo, Wahe Guru, Wahe Geo, Wahe Guru, Wahe Geo. And sort of this whole combination of that powerful breath of fire at the beginning, the holding up of the hands, the tip of the nose, and the chanting is all kind of like this beautiful recipe or mixture, allowing us to really open ourselves up, invoking this beautiful, powerful energy, burning away any past karma, any past ancestral ties that no longer serve you, and really helping to lighten our whole energetic load so we can move forward. So this meditation calls for part 1 to be done for 3 minutes and part 2 to be done for 8 minutes. For today's purposes, we're going to cut that in half. So we're going to do 1.5 minutes of the part 1 and 4 minutes of part 2. And then if you like it and you wish to go further, then you can go ahead and do the full 3 minutes for part 1 and 8 minutes for part 2. Let's see. And then I'll guide you towards the end, the conclusion portion. So let me just get a, let's see. Just trying to get a little timer here. So we've got this. Okay, beautiful. So again, if you are an avid Kundalini Yoga practitioner, you're welcome to tune in. You can pause the video, tune in. I'll put the link below as to what a tune-in is and what it looks like if you want to practice or play around with that. But for today, I just invite you to go ahead and start getting nice and comfortable, adjusting to your space, really starting to settle in. I like this idea of settling in. It kind of like if you pour dirt or sand into a water cup and it starts to settle at the bottom, it's finding its space, it's finding its grounding. Make sure that you're seated in the chair or on the ground as it feels nice and sustainable and comfortable for you. So you're welcome to place your hands on your thighs, or you can bring them to prayer mudra, which is simply just the palms together, knuckles of the thumbs pressed gently against the breastbone, spine nice and long and straight. And let's take a nice deep inhale all together through the nose. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Just start to notice how those 3 intentional breaths have started to already shift the energy within you, within your space. It's a beautiful time to set an intention for yourself, whatever you feel you need to touch upon as we go into this meditation. Now let's get ourselves into the posture. So tip of the nose for your eyes, arms up and overhead, pointer fingers about 1/2 inch apart, and the thumb locking the other 3 fingers in place. And we will begin our breath of fire. So let me get the timer. And let's begin all together. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue. Close your mouth, continue through the nose. Stop the breath of fire and chant along with me. If it feels good to you, make sure you keep the hands up in the air, pointer fingers about 1/2 inch apart. Let's begin. Wahe Guru, Wahe Jio, 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 Wahe Guru, Wahegyo, Waheguru, 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 Wahegyo. Inhale, suspend the breath, keep the hands where they are. Squeeze your body, make yourself steel, like a rock. Hold. Cannon breath out. 2 more times. Inhale, suspend the breath. Hold, burn it off, clear that karma, make it go away. Burn, 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 hold. Cannon breath. Last time. Inhale. Let that mantra chant you. Get rid of it all right now. Hold, hard as steel, hard as rock, hold. Cannon breath. Unclasp the hands. Sweep the aura. Your hands might be shaking, your arms might be shaking. That means things are changing. You can rest your hands on your thighs, palms down or palms up, whatever feels good to you. And take some nice deep breaths at your own pace. And I just invite you to notice what you notice. What do you feel? Is there any difference from when we began a few short minutes ago? No judgment. No, this is right or wrong, or I put my hands down so I failed, or I didn't squeeze my body tight enough so it's not going to work. It works. It always works. Remember, cultivate that compassion for yourself. Be gentle and kind and loving towards yourself. Allow that beautiful energy, that really high vibration of compassion and love to help break up that past karma that you just don't need anymore. You're welcome to sit in this beautiful energy as long as you need. If you'd like, you can move into a traditional Shavasana, which is just laying on your back. You can continue to stay in a seated position. Or you're welcome to close with me. You're welcome to bring your hands back into prayer mudra, knuckles of the thumbs. Press slightly against the breastbone, chin slightly tucked. And we say thank you for being here. Thank you for wanting to move forward with your life in a way that is full of love and compassion and grace and just all of those amazing things for yourself. We give thanks that you're willing to do the hard work that it takes to cut any ties or release any energy that you no longer need. And please visit this meditation anytime you start to feel heavy and you just maybe don't know why. And I hope that it helps you burn away some of that karma. In Kundalini Yoga, we say Sat Nam, which means the truth is my identity. So Sat Nam, Namaste, thank you. You're welcome to bow, to bring the teachings from your head to your heart. I thank you for being here.